Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, but you can call me Lordy, and today we're back on Paragon once again. You should be seeing the blog post from the Paragon official website, The Road to Monolith Part 6, The Jungle. That is what we're going to be talking about within this video because it's bloody amazing. But before we get into this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button to keep up to date with all the greatest and latest Paragon gaming content and Paragon gaming news. And as always, expected here first. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So at the very moment it's 3 AM, so we're going to try and get into this and hopefully finish this off as quick as possible so we can go edit it and give it to you guys, the mates, as quick as possible. So let's see what the Epic Games team and the Paragon team had to say about this. Hey Paragon people, we are getting closer and closer to the release of Monolith on December 6th. As we know, it's pretty close from today's day, and I can't wait to get to that day and obviously play Monolith. But let's keep going. In this week's blog, we take you through the final role on Monolith. Welcome to the jungle. As most of you probably know, the jungler earns their experience and their car power from the jungle. Being the keeper of the jungle is quite different from the typical lane positions. Unlike the other positions who gain most of their experience and car power from killing enemy minions in lane, the jungler spends their time in the jungle killing neutral minions. And there is so much more than minion killing to the role. There are a ton of changes to the jungle and the jungle position on Monolith, so let's dive right into it. Oh my god guys, I can't wait. So we get like a highlighted section of the jungle as you can see, followed by these green buffs that we will talk about very soon. The layout, the Monolith jungle is divided into two sides adjacent to the mid lane. For now, we've been referring to these two sides as the strong and weak side. The strong side next to the safe lane is called strong because it has more minion camps and access to the new jungle buff. So that is the jungle buff as you can see there. And that is obviously the strong side camp or the strong side of the jungle. And that will be the weak side, which we'll get into right now. Because I've already read this quite a bit and it's kind of interesting. The weak side next to the off lane is called weak simply because it has access to fewer minion camps. In order to alleviate some of the monotony of running from side to side, we've added a jump pad to the strong side jungle that players can use to get to the weak side faster. A jump pad? Oh my god guys. Part of playing the jungle role well is to develop fast and effective routes through the jungle that helps you maximize your role. We think we've provided an engaging puzzle for jungle enthusiasts to play around with. So from that little bit of information there, we know there's a jungle buff, which is the green buff as we've been talking about. Within this video we've already showcased, followed up by a strong side of the jungle and a weak side and a jump pad. That is pretty sick. And they also mentioned there will be some interesting routes so you can make it really effective if you want to get really good at the role. The locals, a lot has changed about the jungle minions on Monolith, so let's start with the things that are the same. As in Legacy, which is the Agora map that we play right now, or you can call it Legacy because the universe is Agora, but let's not get into that. The earned car power from jungle minions only goes to the last hitter, and experience is still shared between nearby friendly heroes. That's pretty much where the similarities end. Oh my god guys, so we're gonna get some crazy jungle stuff. We see image of the jungle, and my god, it looks gorgeous. I think this is going towards the mid lane, yes it is, and that looks bloody amazing. To start, minion spawning and respawning has been reworked. In Monolith, the common white camps work on a brand new reinforcing system. Each minion camp has an initial spawn group, usually 2 white minions. After the initial group has been spawned, an additional minion will reinforce his buddies on a regular cadence. Additional minions will continue to reinforce until a hard cap is met. For now, this cap is set to 5 minions. After a white cap has reached its cap, it will stop reinforcing until 1 or more of its inhabitants are killed. We feel this is much more friendly and easily understood system than the camp leveling system we had on Legacy. So what's happening right now, if you leave a minion camp or white cap within the jungle after the, say, 5 minutes, initially it will spawn with 2 white minions, but after like 5 minutes and you haven't touched those minions, maybe there will be 5 minions there waiting for you if you go back there. So if you clear that 5 minion camp, you could begin the same CXP or CP as clearing a 2 white minion camp at level 1 from the level 1 to level 5 system that we will see very soon on Monolith on December 6th. Players will regularly want to clear these jungle camps when they get too full of minions, as they are technically losing potential experience and car power by leaving fully stacked minion camps on the map. A good rule of thumb for a jungler is to make sure that none of your jungle camps are capped before you go run for a gank or some counter jungling. Keeping your white camps uncapped will give you a strong experience and car power bonus over someone who lets them all cap up. More on that later. Buff camps on the other hand are much more simplistic. Once a buff camp is killed, it will respawn some amount of time later. The respawn time is based on when the buff was last killed. Most of you may already be familiar with this, as this is similar to how the jungle minions used to work in older versions of Legacy. Keeping control of buffs on your side of the map will provide very beneficial over the course of a match. So that's understandable. It's pretty much the same thing as Legacy, how the buff camps work. The white camps are kind of interesting, so if you think of a jungle route when you're playing jungler, and you're able to eliminate the white camps and then go for a gank, that is your best option. The jungle buff, which is the green buff that we did speak about not long ago. We've added a brand new buff to the game that we feel creates some really unique scenarios. Claiming the jungle buff will give the owner a damage shield. That is super cool. While the shield is active, every time the owner is struck, the shield will apply some damage to the attackers, so that aka the minions that will do damage towards you. Once the shield is depleted, it will explode, dealing damage to nearby enemies. These two components make the jungle buff really useful for efficient jungle clearing. It also is a great tool for tower diving and ganking, providing some extra mitigation and an additional burst of damage on depletion. Control of the jungle buff at all stages of the game provides great utility. This sounds amazing. Obviously, within this image that we're seeing right now, the green buff is obviously the same red buff minion just turned into green to show that color of the green buff or the jungle buff, and that's pretty sick to see. I'm just getting hyped for this, man. So the jungle buff isn't anything like the red buff, but it's still useful in its own way, and I can't wait to use that on Monolith. Now the bases are covered, let's talk about a major new mechanic coming to Monolith, the Amber Link. The Amber Link, we've replaced Harvesters with a brand new system, the Amber Link. The Amber Link is a new mechanic that we put together using what we have learned about Harvesters, taking the good stuff and removing or reworking some of the not so good stuff. Let's get into the basic overview of this new objective, and then we will cover some of the design goals. Once a match starts, players will notice they have control of their Link. That's right, it doesn't need to be placed like a Harvester. Over time, the Link will fill with card power. At regular intervals, it will then take some of its catch card power and automatically distribute it to the entire team. At a basic level, this mirrors the drip mechanic from Legacy, during a small amount of card power over the duration of the match. And the picture that you're seeing right now is the representation of the Amber Link in-game. It looks bloody amazing. And obviously within our last video, not long ago that we uploaded, we said there was one Harvester on the map, and we felt like that was kind of awkward, but it looked like there was only one from both sides, and it looks like we were right about that. It's the Amber Link. That is the new mechanic. In addition to the small amounts of card power that happens over time, the Amber Link will also fill with card power every time a nearby jungle minion is killed by a teammate. That is super cool. An efficient jungler will be able to make a sizable contribution of card power to the team. The Link becomes a key objective on the map, and enemies are going to somehow target or restrict it. As we discussed, the Link cannot be placed and can also not be destroyed. It can however be stolen from. A bold enemy can sneak over to your side of the jungle and attack the Link, stealing some of the catch card power for themselves. The jungler becomes the manager of the Link, needing to both protect it and boost its value with jungle minions killed. It also opens up some interesting counter jungling opportunities that a good jungler will want to consider in their route. As we've discussed before, we believe that MOBAs are an economy game. With the Amber Link, we're trying to do a better job of exposing this exciting layer of gameplay to you and allowing you to interact with it in a fun and interesting way. We like to think about the Amber Link like a bank. You're going to want to keep filling your bank with card power and protecting your bank from enemies. While the jungler does do a good amount of Link handling themselves, the Link is truly a team objective. The whole team should be quick to react if their Link is in danger. Hint, wards will help your reaction time. So the Amber Link sounds like a really great objective, along with obviously the Orb Prime. Two big team objectives at this current moment in Monolith, how the looks of it, and I can't wait to see how it actually feels when you actually play on the map with that actual team objective. The jungler. In addition to the handful of new major mechanics, the jungler retains all of their other responsibilities. Map control, ganks, and general lane support. That player is going to be busy. Picking a hero that's up to the challenge is pretty important. You're going to want someone a bit durable or with high sustainability, both of which could be vital when chewing through a bunch of jungle minions. You're also going to want someone with a good gank potential. High mobility or control can help with the last bit of damage when ganking. Then we get another image of pretty much Chimera as the jungler going to kill Howitzer and Gideon, or help one with the other and kill the other. It's pretty sick. I'm actually hyped for this role so much because I love playing jungle, and it's amazing to see how much they've done with it within Monolith. Well, that's a lot of stuff. That wraps up all the new lanes and positions coming to Monolith. Next week, we'll go over the main system updates coming with Monolith, from the move speed, hooray, to the vision and more. Keep an eye out for that one. So one of you guys did mention within that last video that I did miss out the Scout Ward charge bonus. Usually a Scout Ward will only have one ward, but then they've changed it to 2 wards, and that's what we're going to find out within next week's video, and obviously we'll talk about that even more within that video. But as you can see, the jungle role is ending up to be a very clean role on Monolith, from the positions of the routes and the actual jungle itself, with the buffs, the white camps, the strong side, the weak side, the jump pads, the amber link. Oh my god, guys. This is going to be one interesting experience guaranteed. As you can see with this image, there is obviously 2 scout wards, so that will be a guaranteed thing that will be happening very soon. And obviously the car power system did get reworked. As you can see, he does have 7 points with 1 unspent point. You know, the HUD or the interface, it kind of changed. Usually the unspent points aren't there. It's usually around there, but they've changed that. So that's pretty cool. It just gives it a little bit cleaner look, but nothing too crazy. Oh my god, guys, I can't wait to play this. Monolith is coming very soon, the month of December, day number 6 of that month. It's going to be bloody insane. I can't wait for it. But mates, in the comment section down below, tell me how you feel about this role. Are you going to play jungle on the new map Monolith when it does come out? Because personally, I will do that 100% every time I get the chance to, because it looks like it's going to be so much fun. Leave your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. So mates, if you enjoyed this video, show us by smashing that like button. Let's try and get 125 likes on this video. And if you mates want to see more Paragon Gaming content and Paragon Gaming news on my channel, all you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that's all for this video. Oh, time's go, but don't you worry. We'll back very soon. Hey Jax boys, because there ain't nothing yet. At this very moment, I am super hyped to play as the jungler within Monolith, but at the same time, I'm editing this video around 5 AM. It's going to be one enjoyable experience. And that it feels right.